Welcome. I invite you to subscribe, like, and share this story. Your support is greatly appreciated. Enjoy the journey. Our companion should never exacerbate our mental or physical struggles, but instead provide comfort and support. It is crucial to surround ourselves with people who make us feel safe during difficult times. In October of this year, we will celebrate 27 years of partnership marked by two beautiful children. Our daughter recently got married and is eagerly awaiting her husband's deployment in the Air Force, while our son, a Marine, resides on the opposite coast. The past 6 months have undeniably been challenging, primarily due to my struggle with a condition known as ed. My wife desires a more active, intimate life, and I've tried various medications and explored alternative methods, but none have proven successful. Although we incorporate toys and strive to be inventive, it feels inadequate to her. Consequently, she has grown distant and occasionally expresses her frustration, questioning my love and attraction towards her. I, too, face my own difficulties with ed, and there have been instances where I declined intimacy due to the emotional toll it took on me, knowing that it left her unsatisfied. My wife, an avid user of social media, frequently shares updates and posts. While I enjoy perusing the activities of my friends, I am not as inclined to post frequently. Over the past couple of months, my wife has significantly increased her photo posts, garnering compliments from friends about her beauty. I noticed that a particular individual consistently engaged with her posts, but I dismissed it, assuming it was just someone with admiration for her. However, in recent months, my wife's emotional distance became more apparent, often blaming it on my perceived lack of attention due to the circumstances surrounding COVID. As I work full-time from home and she is currently not employed, I attributed her behavior to the stress of the situation. Determined to bridge the gap, I made concerted efforts to spend more time with her, frequently leaving my office during the day to engage in conversations. However, she continued to withdraw and push me away. Our relationship reached a breaking point when a heated argument ensued, during which she expressed her dissatisfaction with various aspects of our marriage, particularly our sexual life. She yearned for something that seemed unattainable within me, and it devastated me to witness her pain. In an attempt to unravel the root cause of our troubles, we engaged in a conversation 2 days ago. Unfortunately, her phone rang and I noticed a Facebook Messenger notification from a man who had been actively communicating with her on social media. It appeared on the screen before us, displaying a message that read, "I miss you, thinking about you." Confusion and shock washed over me and I demanded an explanation. She insisted that he was merely a childhood friend who had reached out on Facebook, and their conversations revolved around reminiscing about their families and shared childhood memories. She asserted that it held no significance beyond that. However, as the night progressed, a series of lies unraveled, revealing a different truth. They had been engaging in communication for several months, initially focusing on nostalgic anecdotes but gradually delving into discussions about our marital problems. She claimed that it remained purely emotional, but the exchanges had taken a more intimate turn, sharing fantasies and desires with each other. She admitted to the temptation and confessed that she longed for physical connection. While they had not consummated their desires, she implied that it was inevitable. I repeatedly inquired if it would end, seeking reassurance of her commitment to us, but her answers remained evasive, leaving me bewildered. She expressed a sense of confusion and feeling lost. At some point, she attempted to sever communication, but he reached out to her the next day, leading to a 20-minute conversation. I apologize for any incoherence in my account. I am at a loss for what to do and have no one to confide in. It feels surreal that she is regarded as a pillar of our community, while I am seen as the quiet, hard-working husband. If news of our affair were to surface, I can only imagine the blame that would be placed upon me. Yet it seems I have nowhere to turn. I struggle to find the words to encapsulate the pain I am experiencing. It feels like a physical ache, leaving me with a heavy heart and a sense of illness. If you have read this far, I sincerely thank you. I am utterly lost and unsure of what steps to take. During this dark period of my life, I wanted to provide an update to share a miraculous event that occurred on the night I initially posted. I wish to convey a message of hope to those who may feel that their world is crumbling around them. It was a challenging and uncharacteristic decision to share my story publicly, as I felt I had no one else to turn to. As you read through the comments, you will notice one response stating, "I sent you a message." I responded, and over the subsequent weeks, this individual shared her own remarkably similar experience, offering guidance and support. Through our shared conversations, we discovered more about each other and developed a friendship. Our communication progressed from Reddit messages to texting and phone calls, eventually culminating in a decision to meet in person. While our closest friends cautioned against rushing into a new relationship, something clicked between us, and we soon found ourselves falling in love. Fast forward 3 years and marriage is now on the horizon for us. I am happier and more deeply in love than ever before. We both acknowledge the scars left by our previous experiences with infidelity, as it is what initially brought us together. However, it has also served to enhance our ability to communicate effectively. We recognize that we are two individuals carrying emotional wounds, yet the love and security I feel in this relationship are immeasurable. Today, I share this update to signify the passage of 3 years, emphasizing that you can overcome your struggles. Happiness and love can find you amidst the darkest of times. The best advice I received during my own journey was to focus on self-improvement, taking care of my physical and emotional well-being. By investing in personal growth, the rest will naturally fall into place. Do not lose hope, keep moving forward, and remember that brighter days lie ahead. Regarding my ex-wife, she was essentially abandoned by her affair partner after their meeting. Since then, she's had a couple of boyfriends, and unfortunately, it seems she has not learned from our past experiences. She is recklessly spending money, and my adult children have already begun discussing how to handle her once she exhausts her resources. I've made the decision to sever ties with her entirely. On another note, you inquired about self-care and its impact on my condition, ed, and the overall health of my new relationship. I can confidently say that self-care played a significant role in my healing journey. While I still have good and bad days, being with a partner who genuinely assures me of my safety and commitment has made all the difference. A healthier relationship has undoubtedly contributed to my overall well-being. It is truly remarkable how finding someone who accepts us as we are can transform our lives. I am incredibly grateful for the love and support we share. Thank you for your kind words and wishes. As we continue forward, let us remember not to place blame solely on ourselves. Move on to the next story. After being together for 17 years, with 10 of those years in marriage, my world has been turned upside down. Yesterday, my 41-year-old husband dropped a bombshell on me. He confessed to cheating on me for 3 months last year. I'm still in a state of shock. As a 40-year-old working mother of 2 children, ages 8 and 4, I never expected this to happen. When I confronted him about the reason for his infidelity, he claimed he couldn't find an emotional connection with me anymore. Adding insult to injury, he mentioned that the woman he cheated on me with was attractive. I must admit, in my dedication to parenting and maintaining the household, I may have neglected my own appearance and let myself go. However, I never anticipated such a betrayal. When I asked if he still loved me, his answer was a resounding no. He expressed immense guilt and claimed that he felt trapped in our relationship, which had become solely focused on our children. I'm taken aback by this revelation, as he always seemed engrossed in his computer screen, even when I was in the same room. I believed I was giving him the space he needed. Now I feel blindsided. Throughout our relationship, I have been a devoted and supportive wife. Last year, when he disclosed his $50,000 debt, I emptied most of my savings to help him. I've always given him the freedom he desired, trusting him completely and never questioning his whereabouts. It hurts to realize that my trust was misplaced. To make matters worse, he neglected his responsibilities as a father and husband. He focused on his new business, leaving me to pick up the slack while working full-time myself. Despite the challenges, I've done my best to provide a happy upbringing for our children. Yet, he claims to have felt trapped. Now, he's requesting a separation and plans to seek legal advice. I'm left wondering what to do next. Today, I reached out to a lawyer to schedule a consultation and explore my options. However, it's a public holiday, so I don't expect an immediate response. In the meantime, I'm left with sick children. The younger one has had a fever since Friday. It feels overwhelming to process all of this while dealing with their illnesses. I haven't had many people to talk to about this, as most of my friends have never experienced divorce. That's why I'm here sharing my story. I appreciate any support or advice you can offer during this challenging time. Financially, I need to protect myself. I've already stopped monthly transfers meant for the children's future studies to create some liquidity for myself. I've always been a strong supporter of my husband, but now it's time for me to focus on my own well-being and that of my children. I'm hesitant to be too harsh on him as he has been involved in our children's lives. His debt was primarily due to his educational loans, which I understood. However, his recent actions have shattered my trust and left me questioning everything. As I embark on this unexpected journey, I know it won't be easy. I'll need to gather strength both emotionally and financially for myself and my children. The path ahead is uncertain, but I am determined to navigate it with grace and resilience. Thank you all for your support and advice thus far. I may reach out again as this process unfolds and I require guidance. It helps to know that I'm not alone. Meanwhile, both of my children were still unwell. I gently shared the news with my older child yesterday and she burst into tears. She expressed her desire for our family to stay together, but unfortunately, that is something I cannot provide, and I feel as though I have disappointed her. However, she seemed relatively okay today, although she became easily frustrated while working on her second language homework online. This reaction is understandable given the circumstances. Today, while working from home, I've been showering her with hugs. As for my younger child, who is turning 4 by the end of this year, it is a different situation altogether. I have not yet informed him of the situation, and I don't believe he would fully comprehend it. However, he woke up at 6 a.m. today complaining of stomach pain and subsequently vomited on his bed. He's been incredibly clingy throughout the day, insisting on sitting on my lap while I work. Whenever I attempt to separate from him, he has a meltdown. I find myself crying along with him. I had a moment of reflection earlier while hanging laundry and realized that I have a responsibility to tell myself stories. I have 2 children who depend on me, and I possess the strength to overcome this adversity. Please assure me that it will become easier in time. We had a third conversation. Apparently, he desires separation as a means to cool off, and he acknowledges the necessity of seeking therapy. He even proposed that we keep each other informed about our individual progress in therapy so that we can pursue couples counseling. I am uncertain about this proposition, as I find myself transitioning into a state of anger and preparing for the worst. Thankfully, by the time he is ready, I will have moved on. It will be quite enlightening to discuss these matters in the presence of a psychiatrist. We are scheduled to sign the separation papers this Friday. However, I will prioritize maintaining peace for the sake of the children. Life continues even after separation. It is now day 2 since signing the separation papers, and my wayward husband has moved out of the house. Life carries on for me and the children. I now need to wake them up slightly earlier to ensure they arrive at school on time. However, the children have been cooperative and relatively well behaved, with only minor squabble. I'm still able to cook dinner for them, continue working, and earn an income. I can fulfill my role as a mother. During the process of closing our joint account and signing the papers, I refrained from shedding tears in front of him and maintained my composure. He admitted to his mistakes and appeared emotional. However, I no longer wish to concern myself with his feelings. He created this situation where he betrayed me, his unwavering supporter, as well as our children. Afterward, I had lunch with my best friend and found solace in her presence. Subsequently, I attended my second therapy session, which provided me with a sense of relief and gratitude for still having my children and maintaining my independence. I have rid myself of dead weight and am no longer bound to a life of seeking his approval. I can now set goals and make arrangements that bring me happiness. This realization fills me with gratitude. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I have made plans to get a hair makeover. Once the helper arrives, I will dedicate more effort to exercise. After shedding some weight, I may even arrange for a celebratory photo shoot with my 2 children amidst tall grass to commemorate our resilience. Life is still beautiful. I was unaware of what I was missing because my reality revolved around being his wife and a young mother of 2. I didn't comprehend the uncertainties that existed outside my bubble until I experienced them. And now X is just someone from my past. I have flourished and I love my life. Initially, I was afraid and deeply hurt. However, I have embraced my life. Even if I were to pass away today, despite everything I've been through, I would feel the joy of knowing that I lived a wonderful life. Deadweight seems like an apt description. It's a shame he didn't commit to counseling. Do you think leaving was the right decision? The end. Thank you for joining me on this gripping journey of love, betrayal, and redemption. I appreciate your support and encourage you to subscribe, like, and share this story. Your engagement and feedback are invaluable in shaping our content and fostering a community of understanding and growth. Until we meet again.